Hello, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Doing pretty good myself. Been a while since I've streamed. Been busy doing other things. Let's go with that. I did go on a 2-week vacation to Florida. Got back from that last week, so trying to catch up on all my things. One of the things I need to catch up on is cleaning off all my games. I got a bunch of games that came in, some while I was on vacation, and so we clean those off. So first of all, thank you everyone for coming in today. Jarbachov Chaplin killed a guy. Birchima is now following. Please say hello. Everyone say hello to Birchima. Thank you for coming on in. Thank you for following. Appreciate you being here. Hope you can enjoy this super chill cleaning stream. It should be a good time. Top spot. 1, 2, 3. Thank you for coming in. All clean, no dirty. That's right. Yes, it's all very nice to meet Birchima. Hello. Hi. Other points of order to establish. We have already running here in the background the GoldenEye 007 in honor of the Cartridge Club Game of the Month. That's right, it is GoldenEye 007. So we're gonna have that just running in the background over my shoulder while we're playing stuff. I'm gonna see how many different communities I can represent today. So we started with the Overclocked remix music. We're starting with that. We got the Cartridge Club going on here. We've got the Jarbachov contingent coming in. We've got the Polykill contingent. Agent leading zeros. And then on my shirt today, I have the loading ready run hoodie going on today. So we're just a product of all communities today. All right, so what should I get started with today? I am taking requests if anyone has anything they want to see first that I might have. I have things like Nintendo DS, 3DS, Super Nintendo, Game Boy Advance, and then I also have what I'm calling the Garbage Day Collection from Trav from the Polykill community. I have a whole pile of things from him to show off at some point. Jarbachov says DS. We're starting with DS. All right, starting with DS. Let's get my cleaning stream set up. Nope, not that one. There we go. Got it. First try. So we're starting with Atari Greatest Hits Volume 1. I had Volume 2 for a real long time and never got around to getting the first Atari hits. So it's not too bad already. It's pretty much in good shape already, but we will go ahead and clean that off best we can. So for DS games, what I like to do on these, I do have to be a little careful. There's a little bit of like the artwork coming up. Yeah, you can see right there, a little bit of the artwork coming up there on the end. So I just got to be careful. If I put any like liquid on that area, it's going to absolutely absorb all of it and get worse. So I'm going to try to leave that part alone. I'm probably not going to like clean off the front of this. It looks pretty clean. Look at that zoom. Extreme close-up. Whoa. All right. But yeah, I'm probably going to leave this label alone. Maybe just wipe it off with like you can see a little bit of some sort of schmudge right there. So I'll mostly kind of leave that alone. Maybe just to wipe it off dry paper towel. And then on the back, obviously we're going to want to be careful with this imprinted barcode thingy on here. That little identification number tells you which DS game it is. That can come off real easily with a little bit of alcohol. So try to leave that alone. And really we're just going to focus on this metal contacts. The easiest way I found for Nintendo DS to clean these off is just use a toothbrush. So I'm just going to use, this sort of toothbrush you get from your dentist office on regular checkups. And then I'm going to take a bottle of, I have just in a little squeezy bottle, I've put 91% isopropyl alcohol. And I'm just going to kind of put a few little drips on my toothbrush, kind of tap off some of the excess fluid there. I'm going to put my thumb right on that barcode to make sure I don't accidentally scrape that. And then I'm just going to, kind of brush downward across those contacts and see what we can get. Is that my phone camera? Yes, that is correct. This is my iPhone that's plugged in to a USB-C cord, or it's USB-C input on my streaming computer. And then I'm using currently the Camo app is the one I've liked the best so far. This is the free version. This is the free version of it. And I could pay like $100 to make it like 1080p, but right now I'm feel like the free version's okay for my small Twitch community. Mr. Mullet Gaming, welcome on in. Well, this doesn't look like Altered Beast. Altered Beast, that's too hard. How could a normal person expect to beat that game? Impossible. Can't be done. How goes it, Sir Charlie? It's going well here. You're just in time for the first one, Atari Greatest Hits Volume 1. Let me show you the kind of after now that we've cleaned that off. So a lot of those sort of lines, like vertical lines that were on those metal contacts are mostly gone. Just a little bit of residue here, but it looks pretty good. Brushing there. Okay. And then I will get out one of my Nintendo DS systems. I'm going to plug that in, and we're going to see if it reads it. Sure it works. Oh, it's a good start. So first thing you want to see definitely is that it can read the game card. If you got that on first try, you're going to be in great shape. I'll sometimes still go ahead and boot it up just to make sure it goes all the way to the beginning. Practice safe gaming. That's right. Make sure you have protection at all times. Press start. I pushed A and it didn't work. So there you go. There's Arcade Greatest Hits Volume 1. What kind of stuff we got in here, by the way? We got Asteroids, Battlezone, Centipede, Gravitar, Lunar Lantern, Missile Command, Pong, Space Duel, Tempest. Pretty good setup. I believe the aspect ratio is incorrect on this, so it's probably still not the best way you could play Atari games, especially with the Atari 50 collection that's out there. So honestly, there was no reason for me to buy this game. There's really no point. But I bought it anyway because I had Volume 2. So I was like, well, why have Volume 2 if you don't have Volume 1? You gotta complete the set. So that's Atari Greatest Hits collection. Works great. So this will be put aside for now. I will make sure this is added to my Game Eye collection if it's not there already. And then I will put it in... Oh, wait, actually, one more thing I do want to do. Just remembered, I want to try to clean off the front as gently as I can. So I'm going to try just a dry paper towel. I'm not even going to put any cleaner on here because of that mess. But just see if I can just kind of, with friction, clean up a little of the gunk that's on here. Yeah, you can still see a little bit of something on there. But I do feel like I got it, like, I don't know, 15% better, just without even trying, just by rubbing. Yeah, so it's looking a little better. But yeah, so then we'll add that to my portfolio of DS games once I'm finished with everything else. All right, next up is a 2-pack I got from the same seller for just a very good deal on DS games. It is Touch Detective 1 and Touch Detective 2. Sorry, 2.5. I believe, from what I've heard, Touch Detective 2.5 is like kind of an expanded version of Touch Detective 1. Like, you kind of don't really need to have the first one if you have the second one. But again, the same seller was selling both of them, and they did combined shipping. So I think for something like, I don't know, an extra $5 or something, I got the first Touch Detective as well. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. Touch Detective is another one of the, like, I haven't played it yet, obviously, because I just got it. But my understanding is that it's another point-and-click, detective-y, puzzle-y type of DS games that exists. And I think they're really good examples of the games that were of the Nintendo DS era. By that I mean, you know, they have like a lot of the DS gimmicky things that are what I'm interested in sort of preserving from a collector perspective. You know, with the Switch now at its end of life and also of overtaking the DS and the 3DS, you know, there really aren't a lot of opportunities to play games like this that had a touchscreen with a stylus, right? Like, there's mobile games that you can do touchscreen, but it's kind of not the same. And it's not as precise as you can be with a stylus. And then there's the two screens. It's really cool. And they had like a microphone on there, which had some fun activities and stuff you could do with it. So There's a little bit of crud on these contacts, as you can see, a little bit of these like kind of black smudges. So we'll see how much of that we can get off with our toothbrush. I might go ahead and do both at once. So here's the 2.5, so show you what that one looks like. Not as bad. A little bit of gunk to get rid of, but not bad. What are you talking about? I got another 3 years on the base Switch left. Get ready for a remaster of Wii Party U. It could happen. It could happen. I'll be curious to see how long they support the original Switch and how many games keep coming out. I think there's going to be a lot of questions based on its like backwards compatibility. I think it'll be really telling how much they continue to support the original Switch. And I think they may also learn some lessons from both PlayStation and Sony and Sony's PlayStation and Xbox from Microsoft, in the sense of how to support older systems and what's working and what's not working. I think you could make the argument that PS4 right now is too supported. They should give up on the PS4, stop making games for the PS4, and force everyone who has a PS4 to buy a PS5. But they haven't really done that. They keep making games for PS4. They keep coming out with 2 systems, or games that come out on 2 systems, so that you don't really feel the need to like get a PS5. There's very few games that require a PS5. Sure, it might be a little better on a PS5, a little more frames and whatnot, but like you don't have to upgrade right now. With Xbox, I'd say it's a little different. I think Xbox One can't run the games nearly well enough that you feel like I better buy an Xbox Series X because my One is really struggling, or in some cases won't really play a game that much. Let me show you off this contacts now. So yeah, this had all those black spots on them. Now they're pretty much all gone. Just a little bit there, here and there. I can't tell if that's because I missed them or because they're stubborn. Could be a little of both. If I still have problems, sometimes what I'll do with these is I'll get out like a dental pick that you get from like a dentist office. You can get dental tools real cheap on Amazon or eBay or something. And I'll just kind of get some of those little things and kind of poke at some of these little things I can't reach. But I probably won't need to do that. Let's plug it in. The Nintendo Switch is dead. Long live the Nintendo Switch. Backwards compatibility or bust. I disagree, man. Let people play an old hardware if they want. Yeah, sorry. I don't mean to say I think this is what Nintendo should do with the Switch. I mean more to say I'm curious which direction they go, assuming there's some backwards compatibility and assuming there's a Switch 2 that, you know, can play similar games. Those are all assumptions we have to make, but I'm curious if they sort of make it where the oops, sorry. Curious if they make it like the 3DS, you know, where there's like both systems for a while and then you could still play both. Or yeah, like the new 3DS. Is it going to be like the new 3DS where it's like, oh, this game, like, it's really confusing, and some games work on both, and most games work on both, but there's a few that you need the new system for. Like, I'll be really curious to see how they decide. Oh, no, data is corrupt. Touch Detective save data cannot be read and will be deleted. Okay, well, that's interesting. I mean, it's not my save file, and I was going to delete it anyway, but now I'm worried, can this game save? I might turn this on and off. Let me see if I can find a way to make sure I save this version of it. That's an interesting error message. Mr. Mobile Gaming just doesn't want to buy a new console. I get that. I get that for sure. That's me for a PS5. I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, I know, I'm sure it's great, but like, I barely play my PS4 as it is. And that PS5 is just going to mean I'm not playing other games and systems that I have already, like a Switch, like PS4. Well, the game at least runs. I'm stuck in the tutorial, so it won't let me do anything. But I'm really curious if I can still save games on this or not. So I'm hoping I can get to some point where I can like save in the next like 60 seconds, so that I can say, does it allow me to save, and then reread it save. Some very important storyline here, and I'm missing like all of it. Oh my gosh, is there a skip button? No? Okay, well, that's enough. I'm gonna see if it says the same thing when I boot it up the second time, if it still says something like corrupt save data. No error message that I can see, unless it came later. That's worrisome. I got that data is corrupt message again. Well, that could be depressing if this game doesn't save, and that could be why they got rid of it. And maybe I just need to get far enough that I can like make a fresh save on here and then it'll work. Or it's possible that it needs a second coat of brushing. So I might do that too. Let's go ahead and... It booted up just fine, but just in case this helps for future case, I'm going to go ahead and give this one more wipe down. See if I can get a little more of whatever's on there, if anything, off. All right, good enough. And then I'm going to switch right into Touch 2. The sequel one with my still wet toothbrush. Demand a refund. I mean, I got it for so stupid cheap that I kind of will just be like, no, I'll get it to work, or I won't, or I'll emulate it. The Nintendo DS game that's probably, oh gosh, 18 years old now or something. Does that sound right? Close. Probably close. Alright, Touch Detective 2.5 is booting up just fine too. Let's see if this one gives me any yells. Ooh, there you go. There's save data. Nice. Excellent. Okay, so that's all I need to know. This one's saving just fine. Alright, so that's Touch Detective and Touch Detective 2.5. The DS is how old? Mellow Level, welcome on in. How's it going? How are things? Oh my gosh, I always think of the Nintendo DS Lite as being a 2007 release. Somehow, like every once in a while, something will get stuck in my brain. And I think I remember Nintendo DS Lite and 2007 being paired together. I've got one more DS game to show off. Cake Mania 3. That's right. That's right. We got a complete in-box DS game this time around. And for some reason I bought Cake Mania 3, which looks just great. Barely needs anything. I can hear some of you pro gamers out there questioning why I would buy Cake Mania. I would say it's kind of like I was saying before about Touch Detective, is I think this is a really good example of like gameplay on a Nintendo DS that's unlike other handhelds or unlike other gaming experiences you can do. So there were like a whole bunch of these sort of casual DS games that were maybe marketed toward kids or girls or whatever, that were like pretty good, really, for what they are. Like they're just different. Like they're actually like really hard to play these types of games, these sort of time-based management games. And a lot of these games have gotten to be like hard to recreate today. Like they have cell phone versions of them, but they have like microtransactions, or they have like time-based mechanics where it's like, oh, turn it back on in 8 hours and you can play more Cake Mania or whatever game it is. So this is sort of like the before DLC or microtransactions type of experience. As for what about Cake Mania 1 and 2, yes, I probably will get some of those before. I actually used to own Cake Mania 1 a whole lifetime ago, and with a lot of my very sought after girl games, I put in huge quotation marks, I lost the whole set and have been slowly rebuilding that collection. Cake Mania 1 I haven't gotten around to buying yet, and I've never played Cake Mania 3. Cake Mania 2 is pretty good too, so I'm just kind of keeping an eye out for those. Like, if I can get them for in the neighborhood of $5 or $6, I'll probably get them, but I don't want to pay like more than $7 for them, so I'm just kind of waiting patiently for those. Continue. Oh yeah, so we've got save data in here too. New game. Oh, it's gonna reset everything. Okay, so I won't do that right now, but I'm excited that Cake Mania 3 works. I got a nice one of those. Every once in a while, you just want to play one of those sort of, you know, older resource management types of games. And if I ever had that itch, it's really hard to recreate that today. The closest you could do is probably like Cook Serve Delicious, or maybe Good Pizza, Great Pizza. Those are two, like, I'd say standout examples of today's era that you can play that are like this. But I think, again, having that like tactile touch with the stylus is a bygone era that I don't want to leave behind entirely. Okay, so this game works great. However, this case could use a little bit of cleanup. There's some like sticky residue up here from an old sticker. It looks like you can see there on the reflections. And then other than that, we just want to kind of clean this guy off. So I'm going to try a paper towel with just some all-purpose cleaner. And just kind of give that a nice rub down, see how it does. And if it's not good enough, we'll get in some harder chemicals later. But let's start with just a cleaning and see how it does. I generally like to wipe off, you know, pretty much all of the physical games that I put in my collection, like the cases that is, just because a lot of these have been sitting out on store shelves or whatever for a really long time and handled by lots of people that they can get pretty gross. Let's see how we're doing now. Any sort of obvious smudges and stuff. Back looks pretty good. How'd that front corner do? Better, not great. Okay. Okay. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to take my favorite cleaner for these plastic vinyl cases. It's heptane. Put into a little squeezy bottle thingy. Heptane's kind of like a rubber cement cleaner. I'm just going to get that kind of all over my little Q-tip here. SPOC 316. Hello, how are things? How's it going over there? What you been up to? Good to see you. All right, so I'm gonna take a little bit of this heptane, and we're just gonna, let's see if I can show it off a little better. See if I can show you this stuff going on. Real Ned Ryerson is now following. Hello. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see this, but it's coming off. Get all that little smudges is coming right off there. There we go. That cleans off all of that sort of sticker residue really well. But it is pretty strong, so you don't want to use too much of it. You definitely don't want to use it on paper or ink, because it'll take that right off. But it's very good for like those little bit of sticker residues. And then I'll just kind of wipe down that heptane that I put on there, just to make sure we're good to go. But welcome on in, Ned Ryerson. It's good to see you. Good to see you again. I feel like I've just run into you. All right, that's Cake Mania 3. Let's take this momentum on these DS games straight forward into 3DS games, shall we? All right, Cubic Ninja. This game is a game that's like a mediocre to good puzzle game you can get on 3DS. Again, I haven't played it yet, just what I've heard. And for some reason, the price on this has just been skyrocketing for what it was. Like 2 years ago, you could get this for like, I don't know, $7 to $9 pretty easily. I heard someone was streaming and giving Cake Mania 3 the proper respect and honor it deserves and had to come in and support. Exactly, that's right. SPOC wipes down every old game you get. Use Gugon for stubborn, sticky residue. Yes, I do like Gugon as well. In my opinion, I think Goo for me, it's sometimes harder to remove once you've added it than heptane. That's why I usually use heptane first. There are times where I just threw that somewhere. Where'd that go? Where'd my game go? Hello? Launch it. Where the heck did I just go? Fired it off. There it is. There it is. Fumble. Sorry. But yeah, I find the orangish residue can be hard to remove once you've used Goo sometimes, but it is way better for certain stickiness things. But yeah, I do like Goo as well. I do have that in my little shower caddy of cleaning products over there. But yeah, so Cubic Ninja got like really expensive for a reason I don't understand. And so I kind of it went from like a casual, like, it'd be nice to pick that up at some point, you know, for cheap, if I can get it for like a couple dollars or whatever. And then, yeah, it was like something like $20, $25. And it was like, this game is not good enough for that price. But I did finally get a cheap copy. It was in that $7 range I was hoping for. So we added it, and here it is. Goo smells like garbage, but you rinse it off. Yeah, yep. I'll use my all-purpose cleaner afterward. Clean that off after I'm done. Great. Had Triforce Hero sitting in my 3DS. Harbinger of things to come, perhaps. I'd like to play Triforce Heroes online at some point before the system all breaks down. Maybe TopSpot and I'll do that. Maybe we'll find a buddy and do a 3-player Triforce Heroes. Big question, do I have batteries in my 3DS? It looks like I do. All the kids who grew up with Cubic Ninja have disposable income and want to relive the magic of a mediocre puzzle game again. That's right, that's it. Oh, Goo smells like a garage. Yes, a garage. Thank you, I misread that. That's true, it does smell like a garage. Dr. Sand Monster, hello. Welcome on in. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. We're just cleaning off some games over here. Dude, yeah, I forgot to point that out for anyone who saw that hiding on there. Fragrant Story, in case anyone's aware of Fragrant Story and bought it before the 3DS shop closed, they did come out with their update on this now. So now Fragrant Story is like an actual strategy RPG game you can play. So that's fun. Anyway, Cubic Ninja. Let's make sure it powers on and works. Looking good so far. Booting up, that's always a good sign. Love to see it. Cubic Ninja. Play it. Looks like we have a fresh save over here, I think. Oh, nope, not quite. Someone's gotten through the first 5 levels before they decided they were bored of this game and done with it forever. So, I'm happy to see that game works. We'll take that and as a victory, and we will close that and walk away. But not put it too far away, because I have more to come. I have a little bit of a story with this one too. This is Azure Striker Gunvolt Striker Pack. This should have 2 of the Azure Striker games in it. I forget which ones. I'll have to look. It's a little beat up, but it's close enough for a 3DS game. This one I remember very much because I once had this in a GameStop order. Back when GameStop had like their... like it was either a buy 2 get 1 free sale or some sort of like, I think it was actually one of those like buy 5 games for like under $20 for $50 or something like that. And this is a game that I had in my order and they had to cancel it and say, sorry, we don't actually have this game, we can't actually ship you this game, you're not getting it. I had it purchased for I think like $5 or $10, some like very cheap price right at the end of the 3DS lifestyle. And ever since then, I've been like, I do want that game again, but I don't want to spend like $20. I already had it for like $5 or $10 or something. So, I finally got a relatively okay price on it. I'm gonna add it to my collection. So this one is, once again, this cartridge is a little more beat up than the last ones I've been cleaning off. So we're still gonna do the same old isopropyl alcohol with a toothbrush on these contacts. Brush those off, get any of that gunk out of there. Do a little bit of polishing, a little bit of scraping of that residue if I need to. That looks much better already. No levels. Only played Triforce Heroes solo, and it's not very fun that way. Yeah, not very fun that way. And it didn't even get very good reviews when it came out. So like, I don't know how much fun it is even with other people, to be honest. Gorbachev has warned me in the past that it's only good if you have voice chat going for people. So make sure you're like on a Discord or something like that if you're gonna play it. All right, this one I think is a little messy. It's got just kind of stickiness and crud all over it. So I'm gonna take just a tiny bit of my all-purpose cleaner. I'm just gonna get like just a dot of it. Just a dot of all-purpose cleaner. And just kind of give that a little bit of a quick cleaning. Don't want to use anything stronger than all-purpose cleaner because it could take off this ink or damage the artwork or something. But it does look like it needs some elbow grease, which is virtually free. Is that any better? Still got a little bit of the residue on there that you can see, as well as a cat hair on my finger. Yeah, it's a little bit of residue on the corners, but it shouldn't affect the gameplay. I just, would like it to look nice if I can without damaging anything. SPOC recently bought Hey Pikmin for 3DS, a side-scroller spin-off with light puzzle elements. It's a good game, but I like the mainline games better. Yes, I do remember hearing that. That's another one. Speaking of which, speaking of Hey Pikmin 3DS, I think that was in the same order as my Azure Strikers game. I think I bought that from GameStop for really cheap before the 3DS died. Before it was no longer supported, I mean to say. And so I think I got both at once. Hey Pikmin is something. And yeah, Triforce Heroes can only communicate with little stickers and emotes. Yeah, that's not going to do it. That's not going to do it for a puzzle game. Need a little more cooperation than that. Oh, it's booting up. Yeah, so this has Azure Striker Gunvolt and Azure Striker Gunvolt 2 on a 3DS game. These have been ported to the Switch, so you can play it on Switch. They even have the same Striker Pack on Switch. However, as I've been mentioning, this has dual screen abilities on it. This has, and that feeling may be slightly preferred. It may be slightly better to play with two screens than the one. I'm just gonna jump right into this existing save data just to kind of show off, like, just to show like what this is what this game looks like single player, or sorry, singles, or with two screens, I mean to say. Choose your next mission. Sure, how about that one? My best time is 1,000,000. As you can play this, you can think about what would this look like on a television or on a Switch with just one screen. What kind of things are we missing? What kind of fun features and options are not there? So this one, not too much. It just kind of looks like a regular Metroid game, or Mega Man game. And yeah, not a whole lot here. You just tap the little button to do a big special thing. So maybe you're not missing too much on this one. Maybe this one would be okay on a Switch. It looks like it's just a certain button input on there. It's not like it's got a map at the bottom or anything, at least not that I can figure out. It does show, some HUD elements down there, your level and your experience points. So you could probably play this on Switch and be just fine. So anyway, that's Gunvolt. Excited to finally add that to Azure Striker Gunvolt, add that to my collection, even if I didn't get it as cheap as I wanted it from 3DS originally. We got another first time chat, but I don't think this guy is oh yeah, let's see, hang on, I have to turn on my thingers. It's been a while. To pause to ban this guy. I don't think he's actually sorry for bothering me. I think he did it on purpose. That's what I think. All right, why do my controls not? All right, I didn't do it. It's been so long since I've streamed last that I forget how to delete your messages. And it's reset all of my ability to do that automatically. One of these buttons in here, what'll let me do it? All right, I think we got it. Where's a mod when you need him? I know, right? I should probably make some people some mods. That would help us. You did bother us! Well, he apologized for it, at least, so there's that. At some point, I'll need to go in and make some more mods. That'll do it. So anyway, we got Super Mario. Wow. Azure Striker Gunvolt working fine. Not the cleanest game in my collection, but it'll work. All right, we got a few more of those, perhaps hidden gems. Hotel Transylvania. It's always worrisome when you get yourself a Game Mill Entertainment game. Those are usually 4 out of 5 times a Garbo game not worth playing. Hotel Transylvania, however, I am led to believe is like a Metroidvania type of game, but like a kind of easy one. And a kind of shorter one. So if you're like, I sure like my Metroidvanias, but I don't like them to be 20 hours long, Game Mill's got your back. And they've got Hotel Transylvania. Oh, this is what I need. Okay. So there's a little bit of like a sticker thing here. So I'm going to remove that by sticking a little credit card thingy under the vinyl here. And then just scraping that off with a little plastic scraper tool. Easily top 3 Adam Sandler movie-based games for me. Are you telling me it's better than Little Nicky? Or are you saying Little Nicky's also in that top 3? You did not bother us, for your existence is trivial and meaningless to the enlightened minds that exist here in this chat. Now, watch us restore this Hotel Transylvania game case. Ah, I couldn't get it. It's got a little bit still left on here. All right, so we got most of the paper off of here. We're just hoping there wouldn't be more than 3, period. It's a good question. I think, did 8 Crazy Nights get a video game at some point, I want to say? Maybe I'm making that up. Maybe I dreamt that somewhere. Maybe that's an April Fool's Day joke from something. I bet they could have made a banging Happy Gilmore game, though. That would have been a good one, I bet. All-purpose cleaner. Alright, we're gonna give that case a nice wipe down. It's definitely got some crud on it. Ooh, yeah, I got my Marble Madness song in the background now. Heck yeah, I just added this one right before the stream to the library of songs. Every once in a while I'll find a game or a song on OC Remix that's like, yes, that is my streaming aesthetic. Put it in the lineup. Alright, so you can already see this is much better. Oh, a bit of junk by that hotel. Can I get that off without having to get any chemicals involved? This just need elbow grease. Garbage Shot's not seen a video game. Is that the 8 Crazy Nights I just made up? Yeah, I think I made that up. All right, how's our game looking inside here now that we got the case cleaned up for Hotel Transylvania? Okay, on the outside. The inside, pristine. Possibly never played. Certainly never loved. Let's just for funsies, though, give this just a drop or two of that isopropyl alcohol. Tap off all the excess. Don't need much on this one. Just a tiny bit of a wipe down. Go. Got which system I was holding. There we go. Hotel Transylvania. Glad to see it's reading it just fine. I wasn't too worried about this one, but you know, you never really know. Oh yeah, Way Forward. That's why this is worth existing. Way Forward made it. They made this probably very soon after making The Mummy Returns? No. Scorpion King. They also did make Mummy Returns, though. Another one right around this era. Probably took all their... This is basically like The Mummy Returns 0. This is a prequel. Hotel Transylvania. Oh, no save files. All right. I got a jump button. Lots of stories. You jump on enemies to kill them. Awesome. You have little bits to collect. Oops. Just definitely got attacked. There you go. So that is Hotel Transylvania. I'm almost dead because I'm not paying attention. Or because this game is so good. Cool, that's where you die. Oh, it's super Shantae looking. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit of Shantae action. Did you answer me before? I wasn't paying attention. Are you using your phone as your camera? Yes, I think I got distracted. Yes, this is my iPhone 11S? 12S? 12S, I think. Plugged in through a USB-C cord into my streaming computer. And I'm using the Camo app on my phone to use this guy. I can even scoot this over a little bit and you'll see there's my phone. There it is. So yeah, I've tried a bunch of other things for this like straight down view like this. And I just can't find anything as good as an iPhone for small details and that extreme zoom functionality. Being able to be like, here's some stuff. Look, here's some stuff. Here's a very close-up zoom on the crud that's on the back of here. Wait, hang on, my fingers aren't working. There we go. I just can't find anything better than my iPhone for doing this with like a reasonable setup. Everything else is very expensive. I already have an iPhone. So yeah, that's what I like to use. And I've got it on a little... selfie stick type of thing that's just like arced over my monitor and pointed straight down. But thank you. I'm happy it's working well. And then, as I mentioned earlier, I did go to Florida recently on vacation. This was inspired by that. I picked up Disney Art Academy. This is now, I think, my 3rd Art Academy game. Haven't played any of them. Don't judge me, but it's... I thought it would be pretty fun. Basically, from what I could tell, people said it's like the other Art Academy games, except now it's more interesting and fun because you're drawing characters that you are familiar with and are interested in, as opposed to just like random stuff. It's giving you ideas for your new stream computer. Yes, good, excellent. So this one has just the electronic manual notice on here. There's no actual physical manual with this game. I don't think it's because it's missing. I think they just, like, never made one. We're going to get, once again, some all-purpose cleaner. Gonna wipe down this case. Flip it over. just get that layer of dirt and smudge off here. You can see some color coming off of here. Like it's kind of a brownish looking thing, grayish. And that means, yeah, like it's working. There's something I got off of here. And so it makes you think, you know, like how many times have we purchased games, especially used games from a game store, and not really thought about it and just throw it right on your shelf? And like how much of this stuff is sitting there grossly living on your shelf. You never took a second to clean it off before you added it. Which is basically what we're doing here. That's basically why I do these streams and these cleanings. I miss the 3DS games with portraits in the squares. I think I know what you mean. You mean like when you plug it into your system and it shows the little like cool dancing icon? By the way, this also looks pretty flawless. Not much junk or gunk on this one. We're just going to take a couple little drops of our alcohol again. Tap off the excess again. Give it a little light wipe down. Brushing from the top down. Usually not doing too much like left and right scrubbing. I'm usually not going too hard. Kind of like your own dang mouth with your own dang teeth. Don't do it too hard. You can scrape off the enamel. So don't scrape the enamel off of your 3DS games. Just gently, you know. Doesn't need a ton of action. Unless it's real gross. Then you can come back and give it more action. But till then, just a little bit of light tapping should do it. The case and the little square cutouts. Oh, yeah. Yeah, these little things. And then, like, sometimes they put little graphics behind some of them. Yeah, those were fun. Yeah, I thought you meant like this little thing and this little thing down here where it says like, oh, it had a little like 3-dimensional little spinny thingy before you started the game. Let's see if we can get a little bit of action of Disney's Art Academy just to kind of show you. For an optimal game experience, please calibrate the touch screen in the system settings. I'm sure it's fine. Some colors may be difficult to distinguish when power saving mode is turned on in home menu settings. There you go. Or when you're on a stream. May also look weird when you're doing that. So, yeah, there you go. Please do not remove the SD card while Disney Art Academy is running. No extra data found. Did I miss the chance to get DLC for this game? Maybe even free DLC? Or maybe they just mean like you can save your pictures that you make and somehow export those to a PC or something. Those are top-notch gloves you have there. Thank you very much, Mr. Mall Gaming. These are probably one size too small. Dex Fit, I guess, got them on Amazon in like a 3-pack or something. After someone else recommended them to me. I do have very small hands though, so like they work okay for me. And they help protect from the chemicals of like the heptane and stuff like that. It's probably overkill for what I'm doing today. I'm not doing any massive cleans or anything, but at this point it's like a work uniform. I'm just dressing the part. Oh, let's just do free paint. Let's free paint Mickey Mouse. There we go. Here you go. Disney Art Academy. Now you can all feel like you own it yourselves. You barely even need to buy it. See, these are all the things we're going to follow all these steps. It's professional. Safety first. All right, so they give you a little prompt there. So there you go. Draw that. Okay, you got it. Here we go. Nailed it. Nailed it. Oh, we are professional drawers here. We nailed it for sure. Okay, we got to do a little thing here. Got a little widow's peak there. Got big old sideburns. Sure. Okay. Yep, then we do little eyes. You got it. Okay. Couple of these little guys. I'm gonna fill in the bit there. Oh, it's got a little thing here for the nose bridge. Okay. And then it's got the nose. Okay, now for the mouth. This is the hard part. feel like I've owned this game for years. Immersion. All right, so we got a little. Let's start with the little dimply bits. Dimply bits. I think that dimple went the wrong way. It's fine. It's fine. We're just it's fine. Start with a big smile-looking thing, and then down here we get to go with the rest of the mouth thinger. There we go. Perfect mouth thinger with a little tongue thinger. There you go. Toe to tip. That's a Mickey Mouse. All right, now I got to do his little body. Oh no, I didn't leave room for that. I just did his face. Oh no, I failed already. It's fine. We'll just cram it in here. We'll just cram it on in. He's got a little thing there. There's his body. Got a little elbow thing there. Perfect. And then his legs, just, you know, they go down here somewhere. They're down there. Got little buttons. Sure. There you go. We nailed it. He's got tail back here. Got big Sora shoes. We'll just draw those off frame. We'll just there you go. There's his shoes. A little thing right there. Got a little sole right there. Oh, then you shade in the rest. Okay, yeah, I just got. Okay, it's a little dark down here where his legs are. Yep, you got it. And this part's all black. Sure. Sure. Mellow level. Absolutely do not get Crown in here right now. She will absolutely destroy me. She will be so upset with my horrible Mickey Mouse. There's probably a button I can use to, like, yeah, there's a wait button. Hang on, there we go. Nope, that's the eraser button. It's fine. It's fine. We're just doing our best here. Yeah, do not let Crown see my terrible drawing skills. She will unfriend me immediately. She will be like, not only am I not your friend anymore, but I also need to take that game from you. You have lost your Disney Art Academy privileges. And just filling his little nose. There you go. Slam it on in there. You can barely tell the difference. They're the same. It's the same picture .gif. Well, how am I supposed to do that? I don't know how to change colors. Switch to the middle layer in paint to Mickey's face. Build up the color with several layers of paint. You got it. Okay, all right, here we go. We got this. Okay, white. Perfect. Let's change to whatever tool this is. And we're just gonna, nope, that's actually worse. That's actually works. Is there an undo button? I think there is. L. There we go. All right, we're figuring it out live. How about this one? Let's try with this one. Oh no, here we go. Okay, this is a, like, no. If only I'd read the online manual. All right, let's try that. There we go. We're just gonna go way too thick here. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's just what Mickey Mouse looks like. Yep. Yeah, that's it. Corporate wants you to find the difference between these two photos. Nailed it. Oh, now I got to do the, okay, well, I can't even, those aren't even on the screen. But you know what? I won't let that stop me. Right, so he's got little yellow feetsies over here. Yep, that's it. And then it's got to do red for his pants. I think that's that red. Sure. And his mouth area needs to be a little red there. Tongue's a different color. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Apparently do a white outline when you're done, so okay. Let's just go back to, oh wait, hang on, it actually said we suggest 10%. And not, okay, cool. So it tells you, like, yeah, how you're supposed to do it if you're good at it. So we're just gonna trace it all over again, which will fix it. It'll fix everything. Everything will be fine. It's got a little shine up there. Perfect. Yep. Yeah. Got a little shine on his nose there too. Little buttons or circles. There, I made it better. Oh, actually, I need to fill those in while I'm here. There we go. There. It's very obviously Mickey Mouse. Hi, Scotch and Hobbies. Oh no, another person who's not allowed to see my attempts at drawing. Oh no. I'm gonna need you to leave the stream, Scotch and Hobbies, or you're gonna never think of me in the same way again. You will know I have no talent. There it is. That's Mickey Mouse. We've done it. So that's Disney Art Academy, everybody. That's how that goes. Oh, I'm gonna save that forever. How are things going for you, Scotch and Hobbies? How's life? All right, we saved that forever. We wouldn't want that to go away. We've definitely drawn a very real Mickey Mouse. I already knew you were talentless, Hack. Oh, thank goodness. That's, phew. I wouldn't want to disappoint you. If you're already disappointed, that I can't possibly lower those standards any further. All right, there's Disney Art Academy. There we go. All right, next up, let's do... I just have a couple... Who the hell? Yeah, let's do a couple Game Boy Advance games. Wow, that's sad. I got Crash Super Pack. This is another one that I've been looking for like cheap for a while. A lot of these Super Pack games like this, where it's like 2 games in 1, something like that. Sometimes you can find pretty shockingly good deals on games like this, because I think people kind of don't know what they are. And they don't think to look for them. They're like, oh, I want the game that's in the Super Pack, so I'm going to just look for that game. And they forget that, like, or don't know, there's a version of this that has like 2 games in 1 cartridge, or 2 games on 1 disc, or something like that. So I'm going to give this just a quick wipe down with all-purpose cleaner, just to get a quick layer of smudge off without doing any damage to it. So now there's a couple ways to clean these guys off. You can get a screwdriver and open it up and get in there, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. I think I'm just going to need to take a Q-tip with some isopropyl alcohol, and that's all we'll need to do here. You're doing good. Just got back from the game store, trade in some duplicates and other cheap games that weren't worth me trying to sell on eBay. That's right. It's funny, I previously was looking at like some of my crappy games I have that are like terrible, and I'm like, I wonder if I should really start to unload some of those like terrible games that I have. By the way, we just got some isopropyl alcohol, and we're just scraping the insides of this contacts and just looking for some like color here, making sure it doesn't have too much discoloration on it. Just a little bit there, not much. So I think that means we're going to be mostly clean enough to be good here. That should play just fine. But yeah, I was like, I should probably get rid of some of my garbage games that are terrible and embarrassing to own. And then the Polykill Bingo Challenge comes out, and it has things like, you know, beat a game with a Metascore below 50, or like 5 games with Metascore below 50 or something like that. And I'm like, oh, buddy, my time has arrived. I have several of those, and a lot of them on Nintendo DS. So we might be playing some of these games like Monster Truck Rally, or what's some of the other ones I have that are just supposedly garbage. I'll have to look. They're on my phone, which is up there. Anyway, so this Crash Super Pack has Crash Nitro Kart in it, probably the crown jewel, as well as Crash Bandicoot 2 Entranced, a pretty good little platformer guy in there. So a couple pretty good little, you know, Game Boy Advance games that I got for under 10 bucks. And they take up less room in my catalog, which is even better. You don't often trade in games because stores always give so little compared to the going rates, but it's hard to sell $5 games on eBay and actually make any money on them. Yep. Yeah, sometimes it's almost like it's like trash recycling. It's like I don't want to just throw away this game, but I also don't want it anymore. Like, it's making me sad to see it every time I see it. It's making my life worse. Please remove this cursed item from my inventory. And a video game store will be like, yeah, we'll take it, I guess. Here's a dime. And you're like, wow, you're paying me to get rid of this junk? I thought I had to pay you to take this off my hands. So, excellent. All right, there's Crash Nitro Kart. It looks like Mario Kart. It looks like Diddy Kong Racing. All I just want to know is it works. So there you go. Not bad. One more Game Boy Advance game. We got Master of Spirits in the Shaman King universe. This is yet another kind of mediocre Metroidvania. A sucker for those. Just gonna give it a quick little wipe down. And then take the other side of my Q-tip and scrub the inside of this one. $5 is almost not worth putting in the effort to sell it. Yeah, that's absolutely true as well. Yeah, so you just bundle all of them in a grocery store bag, take it to a used game store or a pawn shop or something, and just unload it. Here, I have this garbage. Please recycle it for me. All right, we did get a little bit of color on here. A little bit of junk off this copy of Shaman King. Oh yeah, that is kind of gross. Let's see if I can get a little bit more off of here. I might have to use the second Q-tip. We'll see. All right, that one's not too bad. Let's try it out. If it doesn't work right away, we'll do a second clean. Got like 30 bucks. Most of that come from Mario Kart 64 that was already in very poor condition. It played, but its labels were in bad shape. Yep. I can see that. There's some lot I picked up recently for myself that had 2 Japanese Nintendo 64 games on it, and I don't have a Japanese Nintendo 64. You can, I think, modify your 64 to play the... Oh yeah, I'm not getting any read on here. You know what? Let's clean this up again. Let's give it another cleaning. I'm not even going to mess with it more than... Or mess with trying to get it to work without just cleaning it again. Not good enough. What was I saying? Yeah, I had a couple Japanese games. I think you can modify your Nintendo 64 to play Japanese games. I think there's a way to do it, or, you know, a workaround with like maybe a Game Shark or something like that. But I just think it's not worth it. I'm not really interested in playing a Japanese copy of Mario Kart or Japanese copy of Pokemon Stadium because I already own those games on English. So I think I'm just going to take them to same thing, like take them to some used game store near me and say, how you feel about imports? You like Japanese Nintendo 64 imports? Because I don't need them. Traded in like 15 games and got about 30 for them. But not too bad for things that are just taking up room. Ooh, we got the Nintendo logo on here this time. That's a good sign. Ooh, we're booting up. We are good. So there is a sequel to this game, by the way, that's better, but it's also more expensive. So kind of like other games I've purchased, I'm just going to keep waiting to see if I can find the sequel for cheap one day. And if not, maybe this cheap copy of Master of Spirits is going to be good. I don't know anything about this anime, by the way. Never watched it. Never read a manga. But the game might be fun. Ooh, someone got 94% of the way through here in 6 hours. That's a Metroidvania. Ooh. Got like a stage select? What? That's wild. Duplicates of Guitar Hero 3 and 5, Batman Arkham Asylums, Fantavision, and super common games that go for much. Oh, there's a guy. Okay. Beat him up. Beat him up. Oh no, I'm doing no damage. Oh no. I just got murdered. Okay. Surely I would know how to beat this guy if I had just, like, started from the beginning. But it's not going great so far. Oh, there you go. I got him. I got him. There we go. We won the game. We beat a guy. Alright, so long story short, we're happy to see that Shaman King Master of Spirits works, and the search for the sequel begins. All right, I got a few more loose eBay games to show off and clean off. First one is Goof Troop. It does have some label damage up here for sure. I think I can fix that though, more or less. I think I can just get some like glue, like a craft glue, and stick that down and try to flatten it and see, you know, maybe hold it upside down or something so that it can stick back on there. But I think we can mostly fix that. Now, a very good question I didn't think about. Do I want to open this up and get screwdrivers out and make sure it works? Or do I just want to do my same old... Yeah, I think I'm just going to do my same old Q-tip cleaning for this. But if it comes off super gross, we may have to open up Goof Troop. Goof Troop is probably known as being like one of the best cooperative puzzle games that exists. Ooh, we are getting some color off of here already. Let me lay this flat so I can feel it pretty well. Yeah, it's very hard to make a good... Oh, that is a lot of gunk. Oh, boy. I may need to open this up after all. The only Super Nintendo game I have, though, so I don't really want to. All right, let's get a fresh Q-tip. Do another one. Quick spot check for mold. Well, probably not going to get mold on a Super Nintendo game, I don't think. Probably not. And Scott, you bought another 2002 game. Show it off tomorrow on your pickup stream. Can I guess? I'm going to guess Burnout. The first Burnout game, I think, is 2002. That's my guess. Without knowing any context clues. I don't even know what system it's for. I'm just going to say Burnout. Mr. Mullet Gaming wants me to open it up. I mean, I already cleaned it off at this point pretty good, so... I'm not getting as much color as I was getting before. Well, not until I got to the actual plastic part. Alright, well, that's terrible. I hate it, but we'll see if it plays. If it doesn't play, I'll come back and open it up again. Now, speaking of things, a very real question I have to figure out is, what do I want to do about this? Do I want to try to clean it and then glue it down? Probably. It was not Burnout. Alright, well, that was my one guess. We tried. So you can see, there's definitely, like, residue of, like, glue and stuff. So I guess I probably do want to clean that off and then re-stick it. But I don't want to do any more damage to this label. So I gotta be real careful with it. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do all-purpose cleaner, but I'm also going to use a Q-tip. I'm just gonna kind of get some of that on there. And then take this Q-tip so I can be more precise with what I'm cleaning right here. Yeah, we got some color on. Show you. But I don't think I want to use anything stronger than this. Go again, the other side of my Q-tip. Not too wet. Fumble. Okay. And then I'm just going to get a few more of the spots I see on the back here. Just try to scrub them a little bit and then I'll get it again on the paper towel. Okay. Not too wet, because I got to get this label. Let's start on the back, where I can be pretty wet. Ignites. Yeah, we're definitely getting color off of here, so it was grimy. Might have to come back and do a second cleaning for this. Just a few hard... Ooh, yeah, see that much color I got off the label? Can't clean that much more than that. I think that's all I can get. Everything else is gonna do damage. If that's not already some damage. Let's do not the label. Every other part besides the label one more time. Okay. Discard that. That looks better. So it doesn't need to be perfect. It is a, geez Louise, 30-year-old game now. We'll test that out, see if it works. If it doesn't, we will go ahead and take off these two screws here. We'll twist that open, and then take an eraser probably to the board to clean that off. Cool. And then my other really big purchase, a PSP game, Crimson Gem Saga. Bad news, no instruction manual in here. Good news, we did get a case, and the game is in really good shape. So PSP games I'm always very anxious about because I've seen so many broken plastic cases or plastic games for PSP games in my lifetime that, like, I know these can get fragile and you can ruin a very expensive otherwise game by messing with this little plastic casing wrong. So I'm gonna look one more time. I don't think I'm gonna touch the disc part itself. It's got a little bit of junk on it, but I don't think it'll affect the gameplay, and I'm too afraid of making it worse. So I'm just gonna focus on the outer plastic bits and just try to give those just a general cleaning. I'll flip this inside out. I want this side of the paper towel. I want a little less grip and a little less friction on it than the other side. Let's go and fold that one more time. Spray that. Spread it around a little bit. You can replace the plastic shell by buying some cheap garbage PSP game. That's true. You could do that. But there's also a very good chance your cheap garbage PSP game also has a broken plastic on it. Or is very smudged or cracked or scratched or whatever. So we're just going to give this just a little bit of a cleaning here. We're going to be pretty soft and gentle here. Honestly, it wouldn't even be a bad idea to use like a lens cloth kind of thing on here instead of a paper towel, but I think this is okay. Like I said, I'm going to leave that part alone. And then with any residuals, I'm just going to go ahead and clean the outside of the case. Not too much color, but also I don't have much cleaner left on here. So we'll see if I need to do second spritz of cleaner. Thankfully, this is in a pretty good shape for being a PSP game. PSP and both, also Vita for that matter. Yeah, it's looking like there's a little bit more like smudges. Yeah, you can see those little dots on there. I think I need to give this a second coating of cleaning. I was just saying, my PSP collection and also my Vita collection is kind of funny because I actually have a lot of like cases and manuals for what I meant to be cleaning. I meant to be getting them loose. Mr. Malt Gaming, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Enjoy being outside and getting some vitamin D, touching some grass. Very happy for you. I should try touching grass myself, like all those kids tell me to do, and yet I refuse. But yeah, I was just saying the surprising thing about my PSP and Vita collection is I have almost all of them with cases and manuals, and especially cases, and like I never meant to. I meant to just collect them loose, especially Vita. Vita games, it's like, well, they're so expensive. What if I just collect them loose? Will that save enough money that I can afford to get some Vita games? And yet the ones that show up all somehow still have cases, and I don't get it. There's nothing even a reason to have a Vita case. There is no manual. They just have a plastic blue shell that, if I'm being honest, is pretty ugly. I think it's pretty gross. So you don't really need it, but they keep ending up in my collection, which means now I have to get a case for Crimson Gem Saga, and I can't just get it loose. Everything else I have is like that. I do have a PSP here as well, so we can test this one out as well. Make sure this works. Inside should be Jeanne d'Arc, a game I never finished. We'll probably plan going back to that sometime soon. I'm allergic to grass. Well then, don't touch it. Stay out of touch of grass. Scotch doesn't own a single Vita game. Oh, that's weird. Like every other time you ever turn on a PSP, it doesn't know what day it is. Making some nice grindy noises, as you do if you're a PSP. I think I own... Wait, no, don't... I thought you... Oh, no, that's right. You emulated. I was going to say IAVT Colorful, but no, I think you emulated that. I don't think you ever bought that. That is a game I do own. Now I think about it, I think I own that loose. Yeah. But yeah. Tough to get a big Vita library. They're very expensive, and it feels like not worth it to me. Like, you could just emulate it. Not worth the cost of buying a whole dang old library. Which you could also say about a PSP, to be fair. Why did I buy this game, Crimson Gem Saga, that was not exactly cheap, when I could just emulate it and not have the grindy noises and have better loading times? I'll tell you why. Because I'm a moron. Your Vita's hacked, so you have access to every Vita game. See, that's a champion talking right there. That's how it's supposed to be. That's what a smart person would do. Me, a moron, buying games. What are you doing? Vita collecting is way overpriced. You're telling me. Crimson Gem Saga, by the way, if you've never heard of it, is like a strategy RPG. I am a mark for strategy RPGs. I love all of them. Sort of. I actually don't love the tactics types games too much, the Final Fantasy Tactics and the ogre battles and stuff like that too much. I think there's too much battles and not enough story to those games, which is why Triangle Strategy I really liked. Triangle Strategy was like 60% visual novel and 40% battles. So I really like that one. It made it so they're like, I don't need to grind for hours in a strategy RPG. In fact, if I have good strategy, there should be no grinding. You should just be using your units correctly and not need to grind. So that's why Final Fantasy Tactics, while like I love the idea of it, I can never finish a Final Fantasy Tactics game. Look at that anime scene. Look, the anime BS right there. We love it. Love to see it. All right. Let's get in. But yeah, Atlas strategy RPGs. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Even the bad games have something interesting to them. It's just something interesting that nobody liked. Really holding out for parallelogram strategy. Dodecahedron strategy. This is an unskippable beginning cutscene. All right, so I don't actually need to play my PSP here. I will in fact turn this off. In I can remember how to turn off a PSP. I think you hold the power button for 3 years and then it turns off. I think that's what you're supposed to do. Oops, I only did 10 seconds. Oh, you know what? Let me put Jeanne d'Arc back in here. Jeanne d'Arc, I will finish you one day. I'm coming back for you. I'm telling you. This is the most expensive PSP game I've ever bought. Oh, I hate these cases. Again, they're so easy to break. How do you put them in without breaking anything? Probably not like that. Oh well. Alright, so my next category of games is the, for all you Polycall listeners, Trav was basically in the Discord saying, found some games in my garbage. Anybody want them? That's my Trav impersonation, by the way. I'm working on it. We're workshopping it. I got some real junk, some real garbage. Anybody want it? I'm just gonna throw it out, but if anyone wants to play any of these garbage games, let me know. And so I said, ring, 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 ring. Yo, Trav, it's your boy, Chadley. You got some real garbo in there for me? Like some real dirty games? Do you have anything that just is disgustingly dirty? He said, no, but I got some cursed items. Cursed, you say? Game's garbage. You don't want it. It's cursed. It's bad. Yeah, okay, sure. It'll make your life worse. Yeah, it's probably a licensed game. I get it. Like the worst Zelda game you've ever played. Yeah, okay, so it's an adventure game. What is it, like a old 1998 game or something like that? It's horrible. It's based on a movie that didn't do well. It'll cost you more than you bargained for. Yeah, I know. I have to like pay for shipping or whatever. It's fine. So he sends over Quest for Camelot. He got a Philips CDI, not me, but Trav does. Quest for Camelot. It's now, you can play this on your Switch online service, I think. So there's really no reason to buy this beyond the other obvious reasons not to buy this. It's made by Titus. Yet another reason not to buy this. I'm sure it plays great, but I'm gonna clean it anyway. Oh, it's not even a Disney game. It's a Warner Brothers game. So like, it's like jank before it even had a chance. Not even Disney jank. It's like worse than that. It's the grocery store brand. Yeah, but we got Don Bluth to animate it. Okay, cool. Did he like write the story? Sounds just like Trav. Toe to tip, that's a Trav. It's impeccable. Trav keeps his games in great shape, so I don't really have to worry about it. Oh, that feels great, by the way, just having that down there and where my hands go. Oh, look at that. Look at that color. So much color. 1998, I called it in one. Nailed it. If Trav's ever out sick, like he just loses his voice or whatever, I think Blink's just gonna call me and just have me pretend to be Trav for a whole episode and see how many people notice. You also have some games you got from Trav? Oh, I'm just gonna continue right where he left off. Oh, cool. I see why. I see. So Trav stop-locked himself. That's why he turned it off and said, get out of here. You load the game and you're stuck getting defeated by a bad guy. Save your game? Absolutely not. I'm stuck getting killed. Okay, yeah, so this is why Trav sold his game. This cursed item. Maybe this time when I load the game, I won't die immediately. Nope, still trapped in a corner and dead. Yep. This is one cursed artifact. Thank you, Trav, for making my life worse. I appreciate it. Quest for Camelot. It's great. These games barely need anything. They don't need any cleaning or anything because Trav keeps great track of his games, but I do want to show them all off. Ooh, now that's a tough one. I don't think I can show this one currently. But I also got Lion King from him on Game Gear, which some people might tell you might be the best version of Lion King. What? Get out of here. On the Sega Game Gear? It's not possible. Well, let me tell you, it might be possible if every other version is too hard and garbage. Actually, you know what? Let me back up. Best North American version of Lion King. It's not fair to say that to the Japanese copies that are not as hard. I'm once again not going to bother trying to open this guy up. I've never actually opened a Game Gear game, so I don't... Oh, I don't think you can, because I think the screw is under the sticker right there. Yeah, I think that's the screw. I think it's hiding there. Oh, just kidding. It's right there. Never mind. I could open this, but I'm not gonna. Ooh, I did get some color off of it. Did get some grody-ness. I mean, it is a Game Gear, so like even a young Trav might have goofed with this. So I don't have a Game Gear with batteries in it that I could quickly turn on. And ooh, that is grody. Let's double that up. So as I say it, now I'm thinking about it. Now I'm trying to think if I do have a Game Gear I can just grab and put batteries in it real quick to see if this works. We got this one like double alcoholed. We're getting this one sloshed. I need to get in there and clean this all off. Get down in there. Scrub it. All right, I'm doing it. I'll be right back. We've returned with 6 dang old AA batteries. That's right. That's right. I've never recapped my Game Gear, by the way, so I desperately need to do that. I don't know how to do that because I'm a moron. I said that earlier. I don't know if you guys paid attention or believed me, but not smart enough to do recapping to a Game Gear. All right, we got that one back in. These ones... It's gonna be a lot of work for me to be like, oh, my Game Gear's busted. I won't even know if it works or not. And we'll put Lion King in there. Ugh. Remember when we didn't have screen protectors for things like this? Again, it's not that hard or expensive to like fix your daggone Game Gear, but... Oh yeah, you can definitely see that, huh? Hey, it's booting up! There we go! There we go. Oh my gosh, the buttons are so mushy. Just like pushing on applesauce. Oh my goodness. We got it. What if I just streamed like this all the time? I'm like, hey y'all, welcome back to part 7 of Lion King on Game Gear. I'm just gonna hold this game very awkwardly at a position so you can watch me play it. Here, let me get, I can get it even better. There we go. You can, it feels like you're playing it yourself. You can barely see the screen, just like the real experience. I keep hitting my microphone. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're just gonna give myself cover. Oh yeah. Look how fast we're going. That's way too fast. Way too fast for a platformer. What are we doing? Can't jump up there. Oh, I'm almost dead. Can't see anything. It's just blurry. I do actually have an analog pocket adapter for Game Gear, so that's probably how I would actually play this if I were to actually try to play Lion King. But I will say, I'm shocked it works. I didn't think my Game Gear still had life. I'm gonna be a mighty king. Like no one was before. Catch them is my real test. Train them is my cause. Nope, that's a different song. Anyway. I'm going to put these batteries out of here before they have a chance to corrode and fill my thing with battery acid. But very happy we got Lion King working. We saved it from Trav's trash can. He was just gonna throw it out. He's like, it's terrible. I hate it. And I'm like, I want to hate it for myself. Thank you. Put that giant brick over there. That Steam Deck looking thing. Also got a couple Atari games from Trav. Demon Attack and Atlantis. I believe Demon Attack came with the manual as well, which is fun. Now this is, I think, the one I was thinking of, that you can't open that up. There's screws behind the label there and there, I think. This is the one where I'm just going to have to try to take a Q-tip to that and clean it off. So let's do it. Let's do it. Same old thing, though. I've never cleaned a Atari 2600 game before, but the plan is the same. Isopropyl alcohol. Put it on those contacts. Give it a good scrubbing. You'll probably get some color. Yeah, oh yeah, buddy. Oh yeah, buddy. We got some color. Demon Attack is my favorite Atari 2600 game. It's awesome. Well, I'm very happy to hear that. I've never played it. Never played it. Atari 2600 was one of my, like, kind of projects I've been working on the last few years. That I had one as a kid, and it got lost. We don't know what happened to it. Until I finally found it one day on, in our summer cabin that we had. Oh, wow, that is hideous. That is atrocious. I hate that. That is so grody. So we're gonna do that again. We're gonna do that another time. Atari 2600. We lost it. My childhood copy. It would have been from before I was born. It would have been my older brother's copy, who's like 6 years older than me. Heck, maybe even my parents' copy or my uncle's copy or something like that. But yeah, so I finally found it at my, like, summer cabin place, but I didn't take it home. I forgot to bring it back with me, and then the pandemic happened, and I couldn't go back to Canada to go there and go get it. Like, I knew where it was. I was like, I think it's in the closet underneath all the other stuff. It's back there, and it's getting frozen every winter. That can't be good for Atari 2600. It can't stand a cold freeze, I'm sure, on a regular basis like that. All right, so we gave that a good cleaning. Here's what my plan is. I'm going to go ahead and clean the inside of Atlantis 2, and then we will take a paper towel to wipe this off, and again, be very careful of those labels that are extremely fragile. So yeah, this past summer, I finally got to go back to Canada and pick up my Atari 2600 and bring it back and try to get it working again. So it kind of works. I need to get a better cable, the thing that plugs into, like, your what is that? The not auxiliary, but where you plug in your, like, antenna. I need to get a new one of those. Already cleaned that one. Atlantis, that is cleaned. I can get it, but it's real fuzzy and real finicky. Like, it's not actually screwed into anything. You just smash it on there and hope it doesn't fall off the back. Oh, yeah, we got some grodies on this too. We're getting a little bit of color on it. But yeah, you're right. The Ataris are relatively resilient, especially for something that old and that, like, relatively cheaply made. Okay, let's go ahead and do another coating of that. And I think, kind of like the Game Gear, I think you can, like, recap it or whatever. Fix the capacitors in there pretty relatively easily and give it, like, a ton of more life to do that. But yeah, I don't, that's beyond my ability. All I know how to do is take alcohol to a piece of plastic or metal and just scrub. That's as far as my abilities take me. Alright, so not as much color off here anymore. We got most of it off. That's good. Okay. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, so this should probably play just fine. We're just going to see if we can wipe off the outside of this a little bit. Not want to use too much cleaner. Just a light spritz. Not a full spray. Spread it all out. Start on the back and wipe that down. And again, we're kind of going to see how much color are we getting off here to know how bad it is. Not much color off of it. Just a little bit. Not bad for how old this cartridge is. Again, partly a lot of that's because Trav keeps good condition of his games. Yeah, definitely don't use too much cleaner on that front because that'll come right off. Just a quick wipe down. Turn it over. Do the same thing to the back. Demon attack the same way. Just a little bit on the cover. Not much. Yeah, we got a little bit of ink on there. So yeah, you definitely don't want to do that too hard. But I do want to get rid of the Years of Grime. There you go. Demon attack and Atlantis. We'll have to test that out another time because I don't have my Atari hooked up. I think Trav sold those to me for like $1 each. And then our last game, we're now going fast forwarding to the future. Xbox 360. We got Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. So Trav was like, I told Trav, I was like, oh, thanks for sending me the stickers so I have something to clean off for my streams. I have content. And he's like, oh yeah, sorry, I meant to warn you. I should have mentioned that they had the label on there because that you probably wouldn't want those stickers. And I'm like, wrong again, buddy. Wrong again. Give me your garbage. I'm gonna get that off. I'm gonna take that sticker off. I think there's one on the back too. Yep. So we'll get those both off. So we're gonna try without any chemicals first. This does appear to have a sticker on top of a sticker, which can sometimes be good and sometimes be bad. We're just gonna do our best to get under there. So yeah, I put like a little credit card under this cover here to help protect from how hard I'm gonna have to push this plastic scraper to get underneath the labels. But thankfully, yeah, this is actually coming up pretty well. You can kind of already see the corners coming up. It does look like there's some old stickers underneath it. If I can get all of it at once, that would be swell. So despite having like a handhold here, I'm gonna keep going a little bit farther so I have less grip from the sticker. And hopefully I can get the whole thing off in one go without tearing, which I just did a little bit. Mostly these stickers are all about patience. You just gotta go slowly. Impatience is what'll ruin it for you. Alright, so now I've gotten it like this, where the whole thing is kind of coming up. I should be able to get this all in one go carefully. Oh, not quite. I look real carefully up here. I've got a tear right there. You can fix. Kind of. Before I go any further, I'm just going to try to tuck that in. Scrape this corner a little bit more. There we go. Now, can I pull the whole thing? Nope. Now I got to tear at the bottom. Let's see, fix that. That in. Yeah, it looks like this bottom is the part that's the most stuck. The top isn't too bad. Alright, here we go. Starting to tear right there. So we'll pause. And we kind of push that in, tuck it underneath again. I might just have to keep scraping at the bottom as I go. Definitely fighting me. The top's doing great. The top is great. Except for right there. Got excited. Push that underneath there a little bit again. Great. Excellent. Any chance I can get all the way down and then pull backwards? Probably not, but I can also just scrape out the whatever's left here. Oh, I did! We got it! Got it in one piece. The sticker was printed, by the way, in 2012. So even just this sticker is like almost 12 years old. Before I get any chemicals involved, I'm going to see if I can use the sticky side of the sticker to remove any other sticky residue. That's looking pretty good. Put that to the side for now. Yep, minimal damage there. Not too bad. Now let's see what we can do on this back one. Yeah, this one again has like layers of stickers. So when I get one off, there's another one behind it. So the goal is to try to get behind all of them. Is there one corner with a weak spot, like a boss with a big glowy red spot on it? Is there one part of this sticker that's a little looser than the other parts and will let me get started from there and peel off the whole thing? I think the closest I've got is this corner by the spine. Try to keep my tool flat so I'm not cutting into the vinyl too much. Interesting, this is coming off way worse than the other stickers. This one is, I don't know if it's because there's like too many layers on it. I don't know if it's got an older sticker. I don't know exactly what it is, but it is not coming off easily. I think I might just have to rip it and go for it and just go for the pieces that are left. Let's do it. Yeah, we're gonna take a whole layer off, then we can focus on this part that's stuck on here forever. This part underneath here is kind of like the brittle kind of sticker that's super old and just like it's lost all of its consistency. So I'm just gonna have to just patiently keep hacking away at it until it comes up. And I think Trav was just going to throw this out. He was just like, please, I can't have this in my house anymore. It's got a sticker on it that I can't stand looking at. Not a very good game. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to play it. It's just going to sit on my shelf probably. Be real. We're just continually working the way down here. Not in a big hurry. Some repetitive scraping motions trying to get under here. kind of rip it off a little bit as I go if I want, so I can get myself a little more work. And I know it's already too brittle for me to get the whole thing off in one piece. Foolish request. We'll just clear off what's there so we can make room for more scraping tool action. If there's a little bit of sticker residue left after this, then I can take some of the heptane that I have to this to help remove some of that goo. If it's an especially bad sticker, I can take Goo Gone to it as well, but I'm hoping that won't be necessary. That was pretty good. Strip there. Right. That we got the last of the paper bits off of there. So let me get this guy off here and I'll show you just some of the sticker residue that's left. They're not too bad, honestly. Kind of see it by that Dolby sign. There's some goo. It's not bad. In the front, just see kind of where the corners of where it was. You can see right there, I dug in a little too hard. That's my plastic scraping tool putting a little tiny dent in there. Those stickers can do permanent damage after time, so I feel like that's pretty good to get it cleaned up like that. So, what we're gonna do next is take a Q-tip to get it soaked with some of this heptane. I'm gonna rub the excess on the outside of the bottle, seal that back up before I have a chance to dump it all over my desk, which I've done before. See if I can show you this action here. So I got rid of most of that residual goo. Flip it over while I still have some wetness on here. Front, residual there. See if I can get the corners just a little bit. Doesn't need to be perfect. That's not our goal. Our goal is just to get it better than it was. Yeah, because I'm using heptane here instead of some other chemicals, I feel like this is pretty gentle and soft on it. Doesn't do as much damage as some other chemicals might. All right, see if you can see it now. Yeah, that Dolby is really cleared up now. You can barely see markings. Barcode looks good. Front. Pretty good. You can just barely see the outline of where that sticker was, where it's kind of dented the artwork. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, only thing left here is take my towel that I still got some good stuff on it, and just give this one last big wipe down. Especially trying to put some attention on the parts where I had the heptane before. Hot pursuit alert! Sorry, stepped away. That's right, we had a big old gooey sticker on this. Couple of them, actually, and we got it off. So now we're just cleaning off that case best we can. Certainly those GameStop cases can get a little grimy. Did we talk about the amazingness of this game? No, we haven't, because we haven't played it yet. You love this game. This one specifically, Hot Pursuit. Well, I can't believe I found it in a garbage pile then. I think I bought this for $3. Oh, I just noticed it's got a little bit of a goof up here in the corner. I wonder if I open it up. Ah, yes, the case is broken. Oh yeah, and there's my demon attack instruction manual. Oh, and a guide for, I'm sure that's used, but a code for something or other. Yeah, I'm gonna take out this demon attack because it needs to go with the rest of my Atari guides where I store all those. How's our disc looking, bud? That will play. That's fine. Just a tiny bit of scratches on it, but that's in great shape for a 360 game that's been played. I'll take that. Made by the Burnout series creators, Criterion. And they made a remaster PS4. So much fun. Love playing online with people. Well, good news. I'm going to be playing on an Xbox 360, which probably doesn't have any online anymore. And yes, it does have a slightly busted case, but I think we can manage. Let's see if I can kind of like just like hold it together. Yeah, I just smashed that on a case or on a shelf with everything else. You won't even notice it. Still work one-on-one. There you go. There's a lot of these Need for Speed games. I've not really played hardly any of them. And it's gotten to the point where I'm not sure where to start anymore. I'm not really sure where's the ones that are like, this has the least amount of bloat, but the best amount of like good stuff. Gosh, says he has Hot Pursuit on PS3 and haven't played it. Jarvishaw says we should play it, get me addicted to it, and then add it to the Memorial Madness playlist. I could do that. Could do that. Got the paper sticking out the bottom a little bit. I just had this. Thought I had this just right. And I have to carefully put back together the broken case. Just gonna hold all the pieces together as I close it up. There we go. The criteria Need for Speed games are generally non-bloated, awesome arcade action. Everything after this blows, garbage. Throw it out. You don't want it. What's that spot there? What is that? What is that? What are you? What is that? Got it. I don't know what it was, but it's gone now. Had a drop of something on there. Can't have it. Get out of here. Only clean games from here on. Any other spots I missed? Yeah, right there. All right. That was everything. That was everything I have. I guess I do technically have one more, but it's one where I have stickers on an artwork from an old game that I own, and I don't know if I want to mess with it right now. What time is it? 3 o'clock? We'll see. We'll see. Let's do the quick lightning round to show off all the stuff we cleaned off today. So from the Trav collection, we had Demon Attack and Atlantis, as well as that Hot Pursuit. We had Quest for Camelot. And we had Lion King on the Game Gear. We got them all to work. Very exciting. From the eBay purchases, we had Crimson Gem Saga. We had Goof Troop on Super Nintendo. Couple Game Boy Advance games. We had Crash Super Pack and Shaman King Master of Spirits. 3DS games. We had Hotel Transylvania. No, there we go. Hotel Transylvania. We had Disney Art Academy. Here's all the loose cartridges for that. There's Art Academy. There's Hotel Transylvania. We also picked up Cubic Ninja. We picked up Azure Striker Gunvolt. And then for the DS, we had a case for Cake Mania 3. You never know when you're going to need one of those time management restaurant simulator games. There's the game for that. We picked up Atari Greatest Hits Volume 1. We picked up Touch Detective and Touch Detective 2.5 on Nintendo DS. And that's it. That was it. That was our cleaning stream today. So now I can finally make sure I have all these logged in my GameEye app. I think I do. It takes a little bit longer because I also have to try to remember what I bought them for and then put that in there too, so that I can keep track of that important information for later. Always fun to know, like, oh, remember that game that now costs $100? I bought it for $20 one day, you know what. And then once I do that, I'll be able to put them where they go on my shelves or in my portfolios. In the case of my DS, 3DS, and Game Boy Advance games, I keep all of those in a binder so that I can take them with me if I need to. Not a bad lot overall. Yep. Yeah, the big victories here was Crimson Gem Saga. That was the big expensive one. And I suppose the Touch Detective series, getting both of those for like, geez, like $15 combined, I think it was. That's a real solid deal. Trav would tell you that Need for Speed Hot Pursuit was the best game, and to get it for like dang old $3 or something is a good maneuver. So yeah, I think that's gonna about do it for me. A nice tight 2-hour stream. Nice. This is the part where I'm supposed to tell you when I'm gonna stream again and what I'm gonna stream, but I don't know the answer to either of those questions. I'm trying to figure out what's the game that's gonna be like just hit just right, that I feel excited to play it and show it off, but also it's something that is easy to connect to my streaming computer. Dr. Sandmonster, you're very welcome. Thanks for coming in. Hope you enjoyed the chill cleaning stream. I hope you found it relaxing and not too stressful, despite me yelling about games. One thing that's definitely a possibility for streaming is Fire Emblem Engage, which is not a short game. It would be 100 or so hours, which means it's not a very good game for streaming, because it's going to be like, welcome back to port 46 of Chadley Plays Fire Emblem Engage. And it's going to be a lot of that. And the other problem is sometimes I'm like, all right, I got out of hockey and it's 12:30 at night, and you know what I need is an hour and a half of Fire Emblem before I go to bed. And everyone's going to be like, I'm not watching that garbage. I am sleeping like a normal human being. Trav is screaming at me that Fire Emblem is the game I should stream. He's screaming at me. So we might do that. It's possible I could even reorganize how this is all set up here, this whole thing. You don't have to finish it. I mean, that's true. I never did finish Metroid Samus Returns. I meant to, and then I had to unplug everything in order to do a cleaning stream, and then I didn't feel like putting back together my whole setup for my Steam Deck and finish it again. Also, it's been so long I don't remember what I was doing or how to play the game. I just remember how hard it was to beat that one boss. Scotch and Hobbies will be on tomorrow. Very exciting. We'll all definitely watch the Scotch and Hobby streams. We'll watch the Jarbachoff streams. There'll be lots of good streams from good people to watch, so definitely do it. But I do want to thank everybody. I'll move it over to the chatting window. Thank everybody for coming in. Appreciate seeing you here. It was very nice to come back and have people to chat with and show off all these dirty things and then clean them. Fun. I also will need to play some of the GoldenEye 007 this month, since it's the Cartridge Club Game of the Month. Yes, I will have a good time. I don't think... Let me check real quick, see if I've got anybody that I should be rating right now. Oh, I mean, Pam's playing Quest for Glory too, so I could definitely do that. Let's do that. All right, we're going to raid into Pam's channel to watch some Quest for Glory 2. But thanks, everybody, for tuning in here when you could have been watching Pam this whole time, so I don't know why you came here, but I appreciate it all the way. So thanks, everybody. In case I don't see you, everybody have a great rest of your weekend. Hope this next coming week is not as stressful for you. It is still enjoyable. And hope everyone has a good time. Thanks so much. We'll all go tell Pam we said hi.